live. Woo! Glad to see you here. We're here to talk about car talk, and not a lot of things to go over on the calendar because of
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday, and it is off season for car season. We did have the Camaro time. Woo-hoo! All right. Oh, I've got ink on my hands. So if
Me
you're seeing
too.
weird stuff, yeah.
I didn't even touch it.
Yeah, what she's talking about is the printer.
It was awful.
Welcome to the chat, Camaro time, and Gregory Salvatore and Curb Appeal Lawn Care. It's good to see you.
Who's winning? I don't know about that game thing. I don't think I've watched a Super Bowl in over.
Oh, Horse's Shop came in early and said he wasn't going to be able to be here because he's watching the Super Bowl.
Camaro time is first in chat.
Yep.
Yay!
So officially, if Camaro time is first in chat. Justine Simpson, good to see you here. Yes, good afternoon. Thank you all for passing up. Well, or if you may be watching the Super Bowl while you're watching this, that's okay too. Let me just check something real quick. Would not watch the football game if they paid me. I am the same way.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I am the same way.
I have not seen Super Bowl since I was.
When I did watch sports and stuff, it was like the UFC.
I think the last time I watched it is after I divorced my first husband, and that was it. I watched it 1 year.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Justine Simpson. We have our guest next week on our Insanefriends show is going to be Streetcar Life, and they are having a car show for their first car show this year. And let me get the calendar so I can tell you the dates on that.
Oh, no.
I left the calendar over here.
Oh, goodness. Well, he's left me alone. I don't know how much trouble I can get into, but I'm gonna try. Oh, he's
Now,
back.
today, you may have already missed it, but today was Caffeine and Octane at Perimeter Mall in Atlanta. It started at 8 a.m. on the first Friday of the month. This month, it's a new month, so this month's car of the month is a Porsche. It is a Porsche, isn't it? No, it's a Volkswagen Karma Ghia. I'm sorry, I called it a Porsche. It's a Volkswagen Karma Ghia. That is our car of the month on the show car calendar. Call it the show car calendar because we put all the car shows and cruise ins on here.
That person who wrote that music.
We will have new music and a whole new video on the thing here soon. I have been going through the World of Wheels videos and making the World of Wheels videos. Of course, this week I'm behind on videos because I have had the flu and it's all I could do just to do the live shows. I wasn't able to do hardly anything else. And of course, I still had the parts company to run, so I've been shipping parts all week as usual.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining. I mean, I was able to get some stuff done.
I was sick too. Was still a little icky.
But this coming weekend is going to be the World of Wheels in Birmingham, Alabama. We are not going to be there, even though we had at least one request of a featured car filming there, and we were kind of on the fence about it because we did have one paid car filming, but me having the flu and her had the flu before me, we are just dead dog tired.
I'm still a little achy. Still got a little.
So, and then we have a Allstate luncheon. She's the Allstate insurance agent.
I have to RSVP Monday.
In Atlanta, the weekend of the 16th, which is the next weekend after the Birmingham World of Wheels. So we want to be rested up for that. And then, what we got here? Bo Duke's 40th anniversary extravaganza will be April the 6th. It's Saturday, April the 6th. It's actually April the 6th and 7th. It's going to make a whole weekend of it. They will be having a parade of General Lee's at his place in Louisiana.
Bye, Justin.
And then Bugapalooza is going to be the 27th of April, right here in, well, not right here in Dalton, but in Eastridge, just over the Tennessee line. The Bugapalooza, April the 27th.
100 years away.
It'll be nice and warm by then. Then May the 25th is when Streetcar Life is having their at Chat State parking lot having their car show, and we will be there. We are a sponsor of that, and so we will be there, and they will be here Wednesday night to talk about it and fill you in on all the details. Now, our first question of the night is,
no.
One of our hashtag Insane Friends has a new video premiere tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Now, if you've been watching each other's channels and stuff and check and see, paying attention to the notifications, and you've got the bells turned on and everything, you should know what kind of car and what generation of cars this premiere is. And don't blurt it out, Camaro time, because I know you know. One of our hashtag Insane Friends has a new video premiere tomorrow night at 7 p.m. What kind of car and what generation is it about? The video is about a particular type of car. And what, yeah, it's going to premiere at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, Gregory Salvatore got it. It's third generation Camaro. Camaro Time says he has no idea. It will be on Camaro Time's channel.
Wow.
And it is Choppers Rule 1. Welcome to the chat.
Hi, Choppers. I'm glad you haven't got washed away yet.
Yeah, how did things turn out with your truck?
His
truck got some water, and then the tow truck guy came over, and after he told him not to start it up because it had water in it, the guy started it up anyway. And it's a turbocharged diesel ute, they call them there, but here we call it a truck.
And are you okay? Oh no.
You think they're going to have to ride off the truck? Well,
That's
did you have
awful.
enough coverage on it to be able to replace the truck?
Did it stop raining?
Yeah, I think it stopped raining at least there for a little while. And you know, after we had that discussion about it, it'd been raining there, it'd been raining here, it'd been raining there. y'all are having your monsoon, and we just went through weeks of raining here. After you and I had that conversation, it started raining again last night here. So our yard has never dried out. It still has not dried out.
Now the puddles are bigger, and my legs are just the same length they were, and I can't reach over. I can't hop over the puddles anymore.
I hadn't forgot about you, Gregory. While we're talking, my computer's being slow, and I am getting your channel up. Gregory got our first question right, so he goes up on the screen here in just a second.
My goodness. You're going to have more rain?
Jeez. Did you get that extension cord fixed, Chopper's Rule?
Yeah, that was scary.
Chopper's Rule is on our hashtag Insanefriends live calendar.
And with everything he's been going through, he was still
right here, 6:30 on Saturday night.
Was still there.
Yeah, he was still there for his live while he was being flooded, and his truck was towed off, and didn't know what was going to happen to it. Still made his live appointment.
And I still heard his laughter, which was always warms my heart.
Of course, his shop did his first live of the year. This week he's scheduled for Friday night at 8:30, but he'd been having some trouble going live, and he did his first live this year. Sorry I wasn't able to be there to watch it and everything, guys. I was just wiped out from the flu. Then of course, Twisted Dog Racing is Friday nights at 9:30, and Fab Automotive Detailing goes on at 9 p.m. right after Chopper's Rule. We are back here again on Sunday at 7:30 p.m., followed by Gregory Salvatore at 9 p.m. One Wheel E is live 9 p.m. on Monday nights. And then Tuesday nights, it is Bubsification at 9 p.m. And Wednesday night, we're right back here at 7:30 p.m. Followed by Thursday night, it's Dorito and Lucha Cabra at 9:30. Followed by Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc., at 10:30 to 12 p.m. And Chopper's Rule, I've got a sticker I'm sending out to you. I've got another sticker I'm sending out to Camaro Time. Anybody else wants a sticker, please let me know. With that sticker, I'll send you a copy of the live calendar, Chopper's Rule, so that you can better be able to see who all's on and when's on to shout everybody out.
Are we on there or are we not on there?
We're Gregory Salvatore's up on there right now.
Lost.
He's up there with Felicia Ann. She does modeling while they're out photographing cars. And of course, they also do a live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. to hang out with other car people. He does have a Camaro, a nice red Camaro. You can see it here in the thumbnail of one of his videos right there. And other thumbnails, he's sitting in it right there. The Camaro is named Hot Wheels, and it does talk. He has conversations with it sometimes in some videos. So be sure to check that out. Our next question will be, who was our last guest on the hashtag Insane Friends show last Wednesday night? Who was our last guest?
That one should be easy.
Yeah. I know the guest before that,
but if I can't remember,
was Muscle Car Appraisals.
Smitty's Travel says Camaro time.
All right. Camaro time. Johnny on the spot.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Now, see, we had to get some very easy questions because my question, how many seatbelts did the first Mustang come from, kind of went flat, and I figured that one would have been easy. Don't you think?
Camaro Time, of course, is who we were talking about, is having his premiere tomorrow night. The third generations of Camaros. And he already has up the videos of the second generations of Camaros and the first generations of Camaros, which is a cool set of videos. And it takes, I know it takes a lot of work to do these very informative videos like that.
Wants to build a rat rod.
Because we of course, we're doing the generational videos of the Corvettes. I did one video on the first generation Corvettes, the second generation Corvettes, and then a third video on the third generation Corvettes. And there's so much work involved in doing a video like that, and it gets views compared to easier videos, that I still have yet to do the fourth generation Corvette video, even though I have a fourth generation Corvette and I could include my Corvette in the video. It just didn't seem worth it. And I have such a backlog of other videos to do on vehicles, and the repair videos get so many more views. I just really had a hard time justifying doing another one of those very time-consuming, difficult videos. I like watching them, but apparently most other people don't really like watching them.
Buster Tim, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Buster Tim, what's going on? Good to see you in the live. I'm so glad so many people showed up tonight on football night, because we were kind of worrying about that. Worried if we were going to be sitting here talking to each other.
I just figured we'd talk to each other for a few minutes and then we would go and talk privately. That would have been nice.
For our third question, what year? Well, there was this is a Mopar question, specifically about the Dodge Charger. There was something that changed about the Dodge Charger in the late 60s. And
that's not on the screen, right?
Oh my gosh, it is. I messed it up. Never mind. We're going to have a completely different question now, because I'm on screen share and Maritime was supposed to be there, and I completely give away the question. You're going to have to come up with something else. Well, I guess you guessed it now. We're going to ask her, you know, which change in the Charger did the General Lee make famous? And it was, of course, the split grille. Went away. And that's clickbait. Not falling for that.
Wow.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Now, you'll also notice that Camaro Time has two different Camaros that he features on his channel. And he also has the Tahoe, which you can see in this video right here. There's more work being done on the Tahoe. And there's some cleanup products and stuff that get reviewed. Some parts installed, some repairs. He does work as a full-time mechanic during the day. Yep, there's always it's always very good, clean, family-friendly content, which is a theme you'll notice with almost every one of our hashtag Insane Friends.
Making tracks.
Have not only good content. Yep, and Making Tracks is here too. And this holds true for his channel as well. And everybody on here, they not only have good content, but they have family-friendly, clean content as well.
Yeah, if my granddaughter can't watch it, I don't watch it. Oh no, it's raining again in Australia.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well,
That's horrible.
it's raining here again. Just not raining as heavy as it is there right now. Right now, we've gone from heavy rain to light rain. Okay, we're going to have to go off screen share for just a second so I can get to my next. There we go. My next question for the guests. Someone else a chance.
Choppers has some flood videos up if anybody wants to check out what's going on in Australia firsthand.
Okay, what is the difference between a muscle car and a pony car?
Hi, Muscle Car Appraisal. How you doing?
Oh, well, just in time. Our next question was, what is the difference between a muscle car and a pony car?
A pony car is nicer. Hi, the Outlaw.
The Outlaw SS, another Camaro guy. Very good.
Doing some paint correction.
Oh, is he? Is the Outlaw
on
doing
the
some?
Challenger.
Ah, very good. Going to be a video on that?
The Outlaw says muscle car has 2 seats, pony car has 4. That's what he said.
Okay. What is the difference between the muscle car and the pony car? Well, that's probably more than one difference, but what I'm looking here has to do with the size. I'm looking for has to do with the size.
Is better, says Chopper's Rule. Long hood, short rear, says Camaro Time.
That makes it a fastback. There were some fastbacks. There were some muscle cars that were fastbacks, and there were some pony cars that were fastbacks. Now, I'm not looking for anything about the engine, although typically the muscle cars had a V8, and some of the pony cars did not have a V8.
Longer,
and some of them did.
Chopper's Rule, longer bonnet and shorter boot.
Yeah, that would be a fastback. You know, my Mustang has the fastback. It has the long hood, but it's still a pony car. So some pony cars have fastback body style, and some muscle cars have fastback body style. What I'm looking for here has to do with the size, the overall size. And I'll just give it away and we'll go on to a different question because people are having a hard time with it. Let's go to something easier. Anything less than 110 inches in wheelbase was considered a pony car. So 110 inches and above was a muscle car. 110 inches and below is the pony car.
Because he's smaller and cuter like me. See? Look at that.
Now, GM had a muscle car in Australia that they never sold over here. And it had a different name. It was very similar to some of our GM cars over here. What was the name of that GM car?
What?
Give you another hint.
What did we say? What?
There was a GM car sold in Australia only. It's a muscle car. And muscle car appraisal. Got it. Holden. It was the Holden. That is what I'm looking for. Very good. Chopper's Rule one. Are you still in here?
Yes, Holden and C.
Did he? Yeah, he verified. Holden Murano. Yes, that's exactly the car I was looking at. Now, Muscle Car Appraisal, as you can see here, he's got a lot of car stuff on his channel. And one of the things I like so much about his channel and his videos is the narration.
It's not Highway Through Hell, it is Highway to Hell.
Is it Bob that we're listening to here in the chat? Because Jim and Bob is doing the narration on the videos, and he's very knowledgeable about his muscle cars and pony cars and stuff like that in the videos here. Let me click video so you can see. There is a lot of car videos here with a lot of narration and knowledge in them. Here lately, I've been seeing a lot of cars at the Meckham auctions. So they're just like really high-end, beautifully.
It's Jim. Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Great to see you, Jim. Jim, you got a question. You did really good on the question.
Well, what do you expect?
Well,
I mean, he's the expert.
He says Bob's the expert. Or is Jim the expert? And Bob is, no, Bob, Jim is the expert, and Bob is the one that does the video stuff. I'm sorry, I got that backwards, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I just totally had that backwards. Well, I have had the flu for several days. I'm doing good to be sitting upright.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry, Jim. I had that backwards. So Jim does all this incredible narration with lots of knowledge. And so if you need to learn about cars, or if like me, you need to remember stuff about cars because you're forgetting things, these are great videos to watch.
And Muscle Car Appraisal is extremely knowledgeable. And if you need any appraisal or anything, you can contact them.
He does travel to do the appraisals and that kind of work. So, and he is on the East Coast. So, and I know a lot of our viewers are here on the East Coast. Now, we do have more viewers in California than any other state. But once you get, when you're looking at the analytics, and once you get past California, we have, you know, the second one is like Michigan. The third highest viewership in the state is Florida.
How you doing?
And North Carolina, and it goes back and forth. They're so close in the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth and seventh slots that they keep swapping back and forth between Texas and Tennessee and North Carolina and Florida and Pennsylvania and, you know, lots of states like that. But Michigan is always up there in the second or third. Apparently there's a lot of great people watching in Detroit. including Uzo Lou's Garage, who films a lot of really good car shows in Detroit, Michigan. And Camaro Times in North Carolina. And James Cox is in North Carolina. And quite a few other people I'm not remembering right now, because I do have a head full of cold medicine and stuff in order to be able to be upright for this live. So please bear with me. I'm not exactly on top of my game. Any new videos coming up here soon, Jim, on the muscle car appraisal? I noticed you've got a new one there about the convertibles that I haven't seen yet. I know y'all are on screen share, so you can see these red lines under these videos. And these red lines under the videos going all the way across shows it. And every once in a while you see when the red line doesn't go quite all the way across. It's usually because I've watched it a second or third time and didn't go all the way through the second or third time. I was looking for something I missed or was having trouble remembering.
Oh, I can almost guarantee you that Uzo will be at Autorama Horses Shop.
Yeah, and Horses Shop had a bowl he was making and a rolling pin with his woodworking shop. And I think he mentioned something on Choppers World 1's live Saturday night that he had the bowl done. Is that correct?
Horses Shop says the new Holden
Monaro
was sold in the U.S. It's called the GTO. Kind of looks like it, don't it?
Yep. Most all of the engines too from back then
Muscle car appraisal is going to
had different heads and other stuff.
Put out another video. It's how to properly repair your high-tech car after a collision loss. The worst collision losses that I have had in the last few weeks are deer accidents. You cannot know how bad a deer will mess up a car, but it is awful.
Yeah, and we have a lot of them around here. This is one of the reasons why we have a beater car with a little four-cylinder. It's not just to save gas. It's because driving around here in your really nice muscle car is very dangerous for your car, especially this time of year. And
okay, Horses Shop is just egging me on with that eco boost.
well, you just have to ignore that.
That's just mean. Ugh. I can't imagine. Ugh. Yeah, that would be gross. Because a car's bigger than a cow's bigger than a deer. That would be awful.
Okay, what was the lowest production year for the Corvette? The lowest production year for the Chevrolet Corvette. Does anybody know that? And for bonus points, how many did they produce that year?
Usually the first year's the lowest.
Usually, in a lot of vehicles, the first year could be the lowest. That certainly was not true for the Mustang. The Mustang started out with a bang. They sold a lot of Mustangs the first year that came out, and that's what convinced the other car manufacturers they needed to.
Camaro time says, I know.
He's already won. And he's itching to tell. But he knows the rules. We like to leave, let somebody else win. But yeah, I bet he does. He's pretty sharp on that stuff. I'll give you a hint. If you've been following my channel and stuff, I have a Corvette, and I have the year after the lowest production year.
Well, muscle car, you cannot guess.
I have 2 years.
You're
minus the
already
second
on
year
the
after.
screen.
Yeah, muscle car appraisal. Can't guess either because he's already on the screen. We got to let somebody else win. And Gregory Salvatore is out of the running too because he's already won. He was the first to go up on the screen.
And he tells us that they made 14 that year, and one still survives.
Ah, really?
So he gave it all up.
Well, he didn't give up the year, and the year is what we're asking for. He just gave up some more information about it. That even I didn't know that. I didn't know they made 14 that year. And that I didn't know any of them survived. That's pretty amazing.
Now, I'm going to have to put somebody on timeout. So, excuse me, people.
At least that's a Ford engine.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to put him on timeout. How do I put him on timeout? It says block. I don't want to block him. Don't want to report him. I do want him on a timeout, though. How do I do that?
I don't know how you do that.
Okay, I don't know how to put somebody on a timeout, but I want somebody to put somebody on a timeout who's talking about a 7.3 Power Stroke swap Mustang. If somebody could do that for me, that'd be awesome.
Try to get along.
I am a good girl. Well, I can't think of how to put him on a timeout.
I gave another hint.
Stick him in the corner of somebody.
It's in the 80s. It's in the 80s. We shouldn't have given away because it's fine.
Oh, we can't put him on timeout because I'm a moderator. You have to do it.
And he's a moderator.
Yeah, you
so it won't let moderators put moderators in. Well, he quit talking about the Mustang, so just leave it be. The Outlaw SS says 87. No, but what else did it say down here? Oh gosh,
why did you do that?
Because I was trying to see the chat and it's not all the way down there. I can't see. ATJH Travels, nice to see you here. Everyone that hasn't already won is trying to guess what year was the lowest production of the Corvette.
Okay, I want people to stop picking on me. Thank you.
And officially, the Corvette wasn't produced that year, but as far as we heard from Muscle Car Appraisal, they did produce 14 that year and one survives. And another clue is that the Corvette that I have is 2 years after the lowest production year. Yes, that's right. Horse's Shop has some video of the Corvette Museum in Kentucky, which is a place that we've been wanting to go to that we haven't got a chance to go to yet. We're going to go this winter. It looks like winter's going to be over before we get a chance to go, and car show season will start again. Yeah, Camaro time says start with 80 and go up. Yeah, or, you know.
Well,
Porsche Shop says 83. Yes, it was 83. Joshua wants to say Porsche Shop gets it with 83. See, and in case you were wondering, my Corvette is 85, which was also 84 was the first year of the return of fuel injection for the Corvette. And well, I don't know about the ones. You'll have to ask Muscle Car Appraisal. I don't know about the few that were produced in 83. Since Muscle Car Appraisal is here, we're going to ask him, did the ones that were, the few that were produced in 83, were they carryovers from the 70s body style, or was it the new body style of 84, and did it have fuel injection? Did any of those have fuel injection? Because as far as I know, 84 was the return of the fuel injection. It was the first year they had fuel injection since the early 60s. In 85, they changed the fuel injection and improved it because everyone was complaining about the 84 fuel injection, and it did have quite a few problems. But usually the first year of anything, whether it be engine, transmission, or a fuel injection system, whatever, has trouble.
Is a white one.
The one remaining 83 is a white Corvette. Do we know if it has fuel injection on it or not? And is it the curvy 70s body style, or is it
83 had fuel injection?
I bet that is a very valuable vehicle, the one remaining 83. Even if it's not a great Corvette, it would be valuable because of its rarity. Are we on screen share? Yeah, I think we are.
I don't know. I see Horses Shop.
Ah, he is done with the Wood Bowl project, because you can see from his latest video here, the Wood Bowl project grand finale. It's up. And right here's the little engine that could. It's over 90 years old and still does.
And where's the where's his Corvette videos?
I was about to mention that right here. I've got the cursor on it, and there's one of the videos. This one is a slideshow of some photos from the Corvette Museum. And here's some photos from the Corvette Museum in this video right here. Photos from the NCM Part 2. And photos from the NCM Part 1. And you can see in that thumbnail one of the little horses.
Awesome. How you doing? What's up?
He's been here a while.
Yeah, but I just saw him.
Wicked Fabs is here.
I saw him too. I said hello a little bit ago.
Yeah, well, I'm not all here. I should be all here by Wednesday night. I certainly hope so, because we're going to have Streetcar Life here on Wednesday night. during an interview. Anybody else that wants to be interviewed on the hashtag Insane Friends Show on Wednesday, please let us know through Facebook, and we'll get you scheduled. Not this Wednesday because we already have guests the Wednesday after that. Yeah. Yeah, you like the little horsies on Horses Shop channel, don't you?
Yeah.
Right there's one of the little horses.
Yeah, but they're so little and he makes them run so fast.
And Smokey with his black coat. I mean, his coat really did look like black smoke. Oh, we should have another question, shouldn't we?
Oh, do we have?
We're running out of people to win.
We got a guest for next week. We should mention it.
Yeah, we have Streetcar Life next week on Wednesday night.
Yes, you need to tell them about Streetcar
I did.
Life.
I was saying that, and you missed it. Streetcar Life will be here Wednesday night, and they will be telling us about their new event this year, which is going to be another new car show to add to our list of car shows. And it will be, the car show will be occurring May the 25th, which is a Saturday, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Chat State parking lot.
I know they went by a couple of months ago, but still, they were very cute. The only problem is you made them run really fast. His little legs were very small.
He wasn't making them run that fast.
These poor things are clippy cloppy, clippy cloppy, clippy cloppy. Really fast. Their little legs were moving. Poor things.
Okay. Next question.
Horses Shop only needs 4 more for 200.
Awesome. That's correct. You can see it right here on the screen. It's at 196. So 4 more. Anybody that hasn't connected with Horses Shop yet, please do. There's only 4 left before he hits 200. And remember, we're not a subgroup, so if you support somebody, please actually support them by watching the full video. Come back later to check out some more videos.
Muscle has a good question.
Remember, we all have lots of videos.
Year, not all Corvettes were produced as roadsters. And Horses Shop answered 1953.
Ah, very nice. Great. Great job, guys. I'd love to see y'all doing that in the chat. Throw out some questions and answer the questions. That is awesome. It is a great thing to be doing in the chat. And we can all learn from that too.
Muscle Car Appraisal said wrong. Wah, wah, wah.
Well, I don't know the answer to that question, so if I said anything, it would probably be wrong.
I was saying,
and I did 3 videos on 3 generations of Corvettes and a bunch of research along with it to go with the information I already had, and I still don't know that. Maybe I should watch more of Muscle Car Appraisals videos and learn something.
Okay,
all right, the 1970 Oldsmobile 442. So named because it had a 4-barrel carburetor, a 4-speed manual transmission, and what was the 2 all about? What was the 2 all about on this 1970 Oldsmobile 442? Had a 4-barrel carburetor, 4-speed manual transmission. And what did the 2 symbolize?
Nacho Dad's Garage dual exhaust.
Very good.
But
Nacho Dad's
Camaro
Garage.
Time actually said it before Nacho.
But Camaro Time's already won. Camaro Time's already won. So they're both right. But Nacho Dad's Garage, Camaro Time's been up on screen share tonight. And before I forget again, I did announce this earlier, but there's some people in the chat that weren't here earlier. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock is the premiere of Camaro Time's new video, which is all about the 3rd generation Camaro.
I think it's going to be getting close to time for me to go bye-bye.
Here is Nacho Dad's Garage. Because he's not your dad, and this ain't your garage. Now you can learn things like if you got the Predator engine, you want to put it on something, but you want to take the governor out.
I bet
right
you
here,
don't
he shows
even
you a
know
video
this.
how to.
What was the fastest 4-door muscle car that was made in Australia?
Fastest 4-door muscle car made in Australia. Now, when we say fastest, do we mean 0 to 60 fast, like quick, or do we mean top speed? Fastest muscle car made in Australia. I'd say it was that Holden.
Camaro Times XB Falcon. And Horse's Shop also said
it looks like it was Holden. Yeah. I was thinking I was reading somewhere about the fastest muscle car, and they were talking about the Holden.
Okay.
Chopper's Rule says sorry, no. So it's not the Holden.
And it's not the XB Falcon.
Well, has Camaro Chopper's Rule said anything about the XB Falcon?
Yeah. Camaro Time said XB Falcon. And Horses said Holden. And then Chopper said no and no.
Muscle car appraisal. That's a new question.
Of course, there's a 64.5 Mustang. I had the title to one of those. It said 1964 and 1/2.
Yeah, I said that car. She was in Peru at the time, and it was a sad story. The ending of that car.
Yeah, don't want to hear. I don't even want to think about it. It was gorgeous. It had no rust. It was original. Every piece of that thing was original. It did need the rubber everywhere because obviously it'd been sitting for a while. But Jose got in it, and the first second he took it down the road, he almost wet his pants because it was too fast for him. He couldn't stop it. He's like, oh God, no brakes. Oh, anyway.
Is One Wheelie in here? Remember time mentioned One Wheelie? Is he in here?
I don't. Yes, he is. Hi,
hey, One Wheelie.
What's up?
One Wheelie is live on 9 p.m. on Monday nights.
Don't miss him.
Yep. And don't forget to shout
You'll
people
never
out, One
know
Wheelie.
happens on one wheelie.
Yep. Maybe a wheelie.
Or
Could be a
burnout.
burnout. Could be both. On him, it could be both at the same time.
Boy, would that be awesome. I wonder how you would do a wheelie and a burnout at the same time.
Maybe you could just start with a burnout
And then with
transition into a wheelie without stopping.
Wow.
I bet he'll be working on that now.
I'd like to see that.
Just don't do it in the garage. We know how that ends.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be smoky and scary.
You know, can't breathe. Who said that? Oh, I know.
Hey.
Wasn't me. One Wheelie is live Monday night, 9 p.m. Now remember, guys, if you're on the hashtag Insane Friends calendar,
yes,
you are getting shouted out.
But
not just me.
Titles do show 1964 and 1/2. So, legally, yes, they exist. He can do rolling burnouts to wheelies.
Ah.
Okay.
Well, I have to film that.
Yeah.
I know I'm not the only one that wants to see that. Just don't be doing it on public road.
Yeah.
Because we know there was a few people got in trouble from. There are police and officials watching everybody's YouTube now. Not everybody's, but certain people's. Some of these people that are getting watched, though, and getting in trouble have other things going on that make them a target. And we know at least one person in Atlanta that was very, very rude and disrespectful to the police and has been so to some other people, and was rude and disrespectful to some people in our hashtag Insane Friends too.
If anybody can be rude and disrespectful to a policeman, they can be rude.
Yeah, they're probably going to be rude to you.
Anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I saw his video and what he was doing to get arrested, and then, you know, playing the victim about getting arrested, it looked to me like he was trying to get arrested on purpose so he could get more views. And he did. He got a lot of views from it. And none of our people act like that. And I'm so proud of everybody in our audience for not doing stuff like that for views. Everybody here's got really good channels and good, clean, fun content, and they don't go around being disrespectful to people to get a bunch of views. And it's just, I like it better that way. And if Short Shaft Reviews wants to go around acting like an idiot and be famous for being an idiot, that's his problem. And he shouldn't need to be sending his people over to a certain somebody's channel acting like idiots when they say something about it.
Okay, what does Camaro mean?
I'm sorry, what?
It says, well, dang it, here's one for everyone. What does Camaro mean? And then Camaro Time says, Carol will like the answer to it. LOL.
Yeah, One Wheelie says his father was law enforcement and firefighter for 38 years. We have quite a few people in uniform in our family as well. Both firefighters and police. and sheriff.
You definitely have to
And
have
most of them
respect.
are also veterans as well.
Yeah, you have to
And-
respect I mean, they protect us. They keep us safe from
Just like
people
any
who
other
are not
profession, there
nice.
are some people who are not doing right. And I mean, I ran a shop for 18 years, and I know there are some shops that are unscrupulous and they do people dirty. That doesn't mean that I'm dirty because I was a mechanic. I didn't have to do what they were doing. It's in every profession. What I saw was not a cop doing somebody dirty in that video. It was somebody doing the cops dirty, and it still took him a while to get arrested. It still took him some yelling and screaming and cussing and arguing before he finally got arrested.
Don't be mean to me again. A Camaro is a small, vicious animal that eats Mustang. You're mean to me, people.
Mustangs are bigger than a small vicious animal. You can kick. Choppers roll one. That's funny. Although there were early production cars. Wait, I was reading that. Where'd the chat go? I wanted to learn something. Although there were early production cars and production changes, all were 65 Mustangs. 64.5 is a name that enthusiasts gave to the early production cars.
Well, my title said.
Okay, tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trivia like that in muscle car and pony car lore, I will say.
Yeah. Well, mine said 64.5 on the title. But it was titled in Peru as well. But it was originally titled in Peru.
Well, and there were vehicles down there that were manufactured down there too. Ford has manufacturing plants in South America. I don't know for how long, but they do have them there now. As a matter of fact, Ford only has 100,000 workers in the U.S. now, and that's the highest count because GM only has 55,000. Well, less than that now, and they're going to have less than 50,000 before the year's out because they're losing 8,000 more workers. And GM is, Chrysler is around the same amount of American workers. I think it's somewhere between 50 and 60,000.
It's time for me to go away.
Horse Shop said, I asked everyone what they thought my favorite Dodge from '70 was, and no one got it. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed the question. And the answer was a '70 Dodge Charger 440 4-speed RT. Hey, old car auto guy, what's happening? Sorry, Carol. He's just playing with you.
Yeah, that's mean.
You're gonna have to toughen up your little soft spot about the Mustangs. People are just playing. Muscle Car Predator says most obvious change is early cars had generators and later cars had alternators, which is true, and then that mainly means that the regulators moved from outside the generator to inside the casing of what was then called an alternator because it was a generator and a regulator encased in one housing. And so now it's an alternator.
I know something about the Mustangs that probably nobody here will know or believe.
What's that?
Do you know the races that they have across country on what do they call
But
them?
more accurately, it would be that a generator generates AC current, and it has to be
What are those races called that they go across the desert?
converted to DC current and regulated.
Was it motocross? No. The races that they have that go long distances through countries and through the desert and everywhere.
Baja racing?
Yes.
Is that okay? So Baja racing, what about Baja racing?
It's very popular in South America. And in the early years, there was a very famous racer who bought over a Mustang, and he was consecutively winning year after year after year. So every other racer got a Mustang too, and Mustangs really ruled in South America for many years in that kind of racing.
In the off-road racing?
Off-road and on-road, because it would go off-road and then it would go into the city and be in the city. There's a very famous one now that's called the Caminos de Inca. And the Caminos de Inca, they have that once a year. And it goes all over Peru from one end to the other.
If you didn't know, Carol spent 16 years in Peru. Porsche Shop says he would like to build a Baja Bug. You should check out some of the builds that Chopper's Rule 1 has done. He's built quite a few different specialty vehicles. Old Car Auto Guy, what's going on?
And that's why my car was down in South America.
Any new videos this week? While we're at it, it's we got about 15 minutes left. Anybody else?
And there are a lot of.
It is Sunday, so it's we got about 10 minutes left because we need to make room for Gregory Salvatore's live at 9 o'clock. We'll be live on top of people.
In South America, it is flooded with classic cars that are still in their original condition.
But like it says on our hashtag Insane Friends calendar, cooperation is much more profitable than competition. So we like to cooperate with each other and help each other out with our lives during the week.
And I think you're right. It was.
And we're right here on Sane Sunday Live, which starts at 7:30 and runs almost to 9. We like to give people a chance to go over to Gregory Salvatore's, which starts at 9 p.m. Then One Wheel E, who is here right now. If you have any questions for him, he is live Monday night at 9 p.m. Publication 9 p.m. Tuesday night.
4.5 Mustang.
When she was in Peru.
That's what he asked.
Hashtag Insane Friends show, the original hashtag Insane Friends show. It goes on at 7:30 on Wednesday nights. Last Wednesday night, our guest was who was our guest last Wednesday night? Yeah. Smitty Travels, not Smitty's Travels. I keep saying it. Smitty Travels. And then Wednesday before that was Muscle Car Appraisal. Next Wednesday is going to be, what is wrong with my brain?
Car Life.
Street Car Life, yeah. And so Thursday night, Dorito and Lucha Cabra are live at 9:30, followed by Easy to Tips, Tricks, etc., etc. That's Ken, broadcasts out of California from 10:30 to 12. Friday night is Horses Shop, starts at 8:30. and goes till Twisted R Racing goes on at 9 p.m. Saturday, Chopper's Rule is at 6:30 p.m. followed by Fab Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m. And please, everyone on this calendar, please shout out the live like I did. If you need a copy of the live calendar, it's on the Saneauto Facebook page.
Russian Ladas.
And I can.
It's a Russian car, kind of a workhorse of a car.
Oh, the Ladas are
definitely not a comfortable car to ride in.
But they are solid. They're heavy. They're thick.
And we had a Peyote. It was a 1950
they're underpowered, but they're brutally. The Ladas are, but they're built to last and last and last. They would make a good taxi.
We had a sedan and a station wagon, Lada. And then we had a Z20. What was it? Z20?
The Camaros have a Z28, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Neither one of my Camaros was a Z28.
And what else? In 18 years, we had a few cars. We had a Volkswagen. None of which were very practical.
Well, the most practical Volkswagen I had was the TDI Beetle.
Yeah, well, that Volkswagen was one of those station wagon ones.
Yeah, with the engine in the back.
Yeah. That
was the first fuel injection system I ever worked on as a mechanic. Was a fuel injection system on the Volkswagen wagon, and in the back we pull the little tray off of the engine compartment, and then you've got this nice open access to the engine and everything on it. And it had a continuous injection system, which was my first trial by fire with fuel injection systems. And I just had to get the book out and read all about it, and then start playing with it till I figured out what was wrong. And that first repair actually didn't require any parts. I just needed to take it apart and clean. There was a plate in the throttle body. I would call it throttle body. It's actually the cover for the air filter. But it was a throttle body because it had a plate in it that moved up and down, was on an arm, and on the other end of the arm was a big square piece that had all the injector rails connected to it, and in the center it had like a needle valve, and that thing was getting dirty and gummed up and was sticking. And when I cleaned it up, the thing started working right again. Took it apart, cleaned that stuff up, put it back together.
My first car was a Volkswagen Beetle.
That was the first time I ever fixed a fuel injector.
When I was 4. And my grandmother used to be my chauffeur. Then I had, and they're talking about their first car. Then I had a Cougar. I don't know what year it was. And then after that, my dad got me a brand new, my first brand new car was a MGB. And again, I don't remember what year that was either, but that was a brand new car.
And Chopper's Rule, my first car was a 70 Datsun 1000 two-door wagon. Camaro Time says I want a 66 Volkswagen truck. If you're talking about the Volkswagen trucks, it's got the fold-down side slats, and if you fold it all down the side and the tailgate and everything, it's just got it's like a flatbed truck, or you fold them up and it's like a truck bed, but You can fold the side down if you want to load things from the side and stuff. Those things are really neat and very practical, and I'm not sure why they don't have a modern design truck like that with a more modern drivetrain.
He said, yep, that's the one.
Because that was really cool, and the cab is almost like a cab. Now I know that cab over design would not pass safety requirements nowadays, but I mean, just a regular pickup that does pass safety requirements. If you were to do something like they had with where the sides folded down, so you could load things from the side, or you could fold everything down and have a flatbed. I mean, that seems like it would be very handy to have in a modern pickup truck.
Well, anyway, I am going to go get my
Chopper's Rule says we call them tray back utes. Truck here in Aussie. Tray back utes. Now another neat thing with Volkswagens, we're later on.
Baby.
Okay.
Baby needs to come in.
All right, go get him. Another neat thing that we have when you're talking about Volkswagen pickup trucks is later model Volkswagen pickup trucks that look more like a regular pickup truck and not as handy a bed on them, but they had the diesel, the front wheel drive diesel engine in them, and those would get the same kind of gas mileage that the TDI Beetle I had, and I towed the crap out of stuff with that Beetle and got nearly 50 miles. Well, I did get 50 miles a gallon when I was on the freeway, but averaged around 45 doing freeway and in-town driving. And when I was towing something like the Harley or something like that with it, I'd get around 39 to 42, which is still wonderful gas mileage for something that I used it like a truck, you know. And they do make trucks with that drivetrain in there, little trucks. They're hard to find around here, though. And if you do find one, they don't want to sell it.
Come on. What's up, Daddy?
Hey, thank you for coming, Muscle Car Appraisal. It was great to have you. We're not going to be on here much longer anyway. Gregory Salvatore is going live at 9 o'clock, and we'll be off here in just a minute or two.
Yeah, baby, say hello.
Hey. Well, if they total out your truck, Chopper's Rule, that just got wet,
what it's worth,
then you may end up having to choose what you're going to get next. There's no telling what you might come up with. Maritime said they had 2 for sale at the auto fair, did not have enough cash. Now, when is Bugapalooza? Bugapalooza is the April the 27th from 8 a.m. till, well, it goes on into Sunday. So it's actually April 27th and 28th because it goes from 8 a.m. Saturday to 5 p.m. Sunday at Camp Jordan in Eastridge, Tennessee, just over the Tennessee line, right off at 75. So, and we've got a lot of video of Bugapalooza from last year, and if you watch those videos, you can see some of those trucks, some of those Volkswagen trucks. There was quite a few of them there, actually. And if you're watching and look, you might see some for sale signs on one or two. There's a lot of stuff shows up at Bugapalooza with for sale signs on it. There was even a little Porsche there for sale, a little black Porsche that was for sale.
I tried to keep baby inside. He just doesn't do well. He wants to be outside on the chain. He can't go out by himself and run around like Big Dog can.
Chopper's rules got to go and check his sandbags. Yes, that right now you got to keep on top of that. Thank you for being here. We're going to go in just a few minutes ourselves. If you haven't hit the like button, please smash that on your way out. And we thank you guys bunches for being here.
Bye.
And we're gonna sign off. I mean, most of y'all got to go do stuff too, and then we've only got 6 minutes before Gregory Salvatore starts his live. We don't want to be living on top of each other. We know we don't like it when people live on top of us. So we don't need to be doing it to other people too. And that is, you know, one of the very few rules about the Insane Friends live calendar is that we don't live on top of each other. And we do shout each other out. Every time we go live, we shout out the people that are on the calendar going live. So if you're on the live calendar, you need to be doing that too. And what was the third rule? Be nice to everybody. Help everybody grow. Help the channels grow. Tell people to
be friendly and be
to
cute.
Support each other.
Be this cute.
Pay it forward.
See, here it is. You gotta be like this. Cute.
Well, y'all have a great night. It was great seeing you again and great hanging out with you, even if I was sick. So I'm sorry if I wasn't as lively and put on as good a show. I'm doing the best I can right now. I feel like doing this.
I've been taking care of him.
And I'm not breathing real good, so, and I surely can't think real well, so I'll make a better show next time.
He says, get off the couch and get dirty.
That's absolutely right. Camaro time.
Stay clean.
Get off the couch and get dirty.
No, keep it clean.
Hashtag,
keep it clean.
we're wishing hashtag insane growth for all our hashtag insane friends. Now get off the couch and get dirty.
No, keep it clean. See?